Hi everyone, just making a video for yesterday. It's gonna be quite short, just the journey itself didn't have much going on. I might show you around, which I didn't, the French video. So right now, yeah, I'm in a bit of a forest, and it's been just uphill ever since leaving the city, and I'll show you where the city is. Sort of see it, although it's not a great day again. I don't know if you can see the city there, but it's in the background. So yeah, yesterday, like I said, not super interesting. So there were some nice parts. It started off, let's see, does this work? Splendid. It started off quite nicely. So I was getting things ready to leave for 9 o'clock, and the older man came by the room as I was ready to leave, and he brings in a tray for breakfast, which I didn't expect. So that was quite nice. And there was this drink. I'm not sure what it was. It tasted a little bit like coffee, but not completely. But it was warm, so I drank it quite quickly. Then there was bread with butter, or something like butter, and then there was olives and cheese and meat. So I ate everything. I was really happy, and I headed off. And it was a weird moment with the lady, because I was paying for my room, and then she gave me half the money back. And so I didn't really understand. So I was about to take my phone out to show her, like, no, that's the price of the room. And then the man talks to her, and then she's like, oh, and then she takes everything. So I thought maybe she thought I was tipping over than what already. I don't know. And then after that, I started going. But yesterday, like I said, there was nothing. There was a lot of force like this going through it. It didn't rain, but it started off being sort of nice, and then just became gray like today. But yeah, I stopped at a park for food, for lunch, and then made my video there. But other than that, yeah, really nothing. Sneeze. And yeah, then I got to Varna, found the hostel. It's quite a nice hostel, and talked to this Ukrainian man who's here, he says, for a couple of days. He's from Odessa, and he says that he takes the bus down to Varna when he gets bored of Odessa, because it has thermal baths, so I didn't know that. And then I went around the town or city, and yeah, I saw the Roman baths, so I guess it's like an ancient sort of thing. I'm guessing he goes to the modern equivalent. And so yeah, I went to see that. Looked around, saw the cathedral, saw a couple of nice buildings, but yeah, there was not much. Then came back to the hostel, getting my plans ready for today, and then one of the owners of the hostel was like, do you want to drink with us, because he was with his friends drinking. And I was like, oh, I'm not super into it. And then he's like, oh, but like, this is rakia that like my friend made, like it's homemade. So I was like, oh, well, that kind of sounds interesting. So I was like, okay, I'll just stay for one drink, thank you. I had it. It was really strong, but I had one, and then you're supposed to sip it. You don't shoot it. So I sipped it. It was really good. And then he was like, oh, like he asked me a little bit about me, and then I told him I was on bicycle, and so he told me everything there was to see in the vicinity. And then he changed my plans a little bit, because I had planned to go north all the way to Romania and then cross over. He's like, there's nothing to see. Like, once you get into Romania, like, there's nothing. Or even, yeah. So he's like, what you should do is go north halfway, and then go west, and then he told me some things along the way. So I that's what I'm going to do. The only thing is, there's a whole day where there's 2 days where there's nothing to see, and it takes just as long to go there and then back to Varna and then across. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Today I'm going to go north. Tomorrow I'll go south back to Varna and hopefully do it quite early so I can use the pools, the baths, because that sounds really cool. And then the next 3 days I think is going along and seeing some ancient like Thracian things. So I thought that would be maybe a better use of my time. But yeah, that's about it for today. But yeah, the weather's still not great, but I guess it's winter, spring, so it makes sense. Alright, yeah, I'll talk about today, either tonight or tomorrow. Alright, bye.